YouTube, and welcome to another edition of Tactics with Jeremy. Jeremy being in much better health and having much more disposable volume, and apparently much better focus this time. Screen focus, not mind focus. I still suck at tactics. So, now this is a show where you get to learn that not just chess gods and goddesses, also mere mortals like me can achieve a thorough understanding of tactics. Hold on one second, I'm looking at this puzzle. Okay, so this is... No, that doesn't work. But that just might... Okay, so here's what happens. G5, and then queen takes H6 check, and king e7, and then I don't really know what white does because I'm really bad at defense and counterplay and predicting these things. But then rook h8 traps the queen. Queen has nowhere to run. Queen takes h8, rook takes h8. Boom! And I'll run, and now I'll attack. And I'll take... Ooh, continue training. Okay, here we go. Alright, this puzzle is a bit simpler. Bishop takes h7 check. Black is forced to deal with this. I'm guessing they deal with it via king takes h7. But then this is actually a discovered attack on Black's queen, because when the bishop moves out of the way, bing bang bong. Yep. There we go. I really need to stop saying bing bang bong before that becomes an internet phenom. No, I do not want bing bang bong to become an internet phenom. Shut up. Alright, so here we have, I think this is like bishop e4, and then queen jumps over maybe here, and then drop the bishop here, and then prep this. Queen e8 check. Basically, get the bishop on this diagonal, cut off this escape square, and then sack the queen to get the rook into this landing zone. Wrong. Okay. Is there a hint here? No, there is not. That's the best move. that's not the best move. Oh, now I have a rook. Oh my goodness. I did not see that line up there. Alright, next. Rating is still okay, but these ratings are inflated anyway. They don't punish you the way chess.com does. Might as well get this knight. I'm just going to pick it up, and then I'll get the rook over here. I mean, I don't see why not. Is there anything bigger I can get? There we go. That was a stupid puzzle. Well, it's not that it's stupid, it was just easy for me to figure out, that's all. Check, and then something has to defend there, and then I get the bishop. Next, that was a nice fork. Okay, this queen is dead. But can I checkmate here? No, queen dies. It's a nice pin. Do not put your queen in front of your king. Try to never do that. If you have to, make sure there's nothing, there are no rooks at play. Okay, this is a dual threat kind of. Here's the thing. So this bishop here is sitting in front of a rook. This is a very pinnable thing to do. Put a bishop in front of a rook on an open file, like this. Especially when your opponent's rook can be activated so quickly. So here, the first thing you have to do is threaten this bishop. Now, this is not a genuine threat because the bishop is already defended by a much more valuable piece, and that piece can take the rook for free. But then you have to pressure the bishop. So here, and now, well, now there's no point in pressuring the bishop. If I do, I lose the bishop. Now white has acknowledged that it is going to lose the bishop, so it would rather not lose as much material, I guess, and it's going to drop here, take this pawn, and then I might take this, and then white will take this pawn, and white will mediate loss that way, but I'm going to take. This queen is dead. This queen is doomed. Not quite, though. The queen's... yeah, no, the queen's not doomed. But I can take this bishop and then take the queen. That'd be nice. Take the bishop and now take the queen. Done. And I'm up a bishop. Ha! This is a question of which to take with whom. So if I take here with this bishop, this knight comes here, and then I can just jump out. Not a big deal. If I take here with the rook, then the knight takes, and then it's defended, and that's horrible. I'll take first here. Oh, dang. I'll take first here. No, that's not a good idea either. I'll jump over here. That's also not a good idea because of the knight. So then what? Take over here like this? Well, I mean, what if I just... So why was it wrong? I mean, goodness. So why was it wrong for me to play this? What would have happened there? Okay. Okay, but then I would have just taken back, right? Boom. Now what? Oh, this is bad. Yeah, this is bad, but it's not, like, insurmountably bad. Hold on, I didn't catch that. So, if I don't take here, then I get the rook. Knight. Bishop. Then I take the rook. So that's 5 points. They take the knight and the bishop, so that's 6 points. If I take here, I get the knight and the rook. And they just get the knight. Do they? No. I get the knight and the rook. I get the knight, the rook, and another knight. So I get a whole extra piece. Okay. As opposed to being down a point. Alright. Maybe I counted that right, maybe I didn't. Anyway. So here. Let's take a look at this. Excuse me. This is easy. I take this bishop, this knight takes back, but then the knight is right next to this king diagonal, which is newly open. And if the knight decides to move, then I have pieces here that can exchange pawns, and I'll show you how that works. Boom. Take back, queen, check, knight drops back, pawn threatens. This knight moves here for some reason, and now this knight gets taken, and this happens as well. Okay, so what's going on here? Alright, I'm going to drop my rook on e2 and threaten the bishop. Following this, the bishop will likely move to this, a3, and then... Oh, hold on, y'all can't see the top here. And then I will check here with the bishop, bishop f2 check, forks the king and the rook. Oh, the rook has moved. That was smart, I guess, but now it means I can take the bishop. Shaw. No? It doesn't mean I can take the bishop? Or it does mean I can take... Well, I can take the rook now. Ugh. Yo! Alright, so this puzzle might get a little complicated. Actually, it's a lot less complicated than I thought it would be. No, so I gotta take this knight first. Then the bishop drops down here to take back. That's the only piece defending this knight. Then the queen drops over here. Queen a4 check. Again, this weak diagonal. This is what happens when you have an uncastled king. You have an uncastled king. We gonna come for you. And then the bishop defends, or the queen defends, or the king sidesteps, whatever. The point is the knight can't jump back, because at that point the bishop's in its place. So then the bishop gets taken, because the bishop can't move while the king is in check. It does nothing. Take that, run there, bishop moves over, bang. Okay, and lastly we have this. Well, I can get that rook. I can, because if I drop over here and check, the pawn takes, otherwise this rook is lost, and then I drop over here with the bishop, and this rook has nowhere to move. What? Ooh. Oh, or I can take this bishop for free.